incorporate your skill, you should also make use of Power BI as your data visualization and stop using Microsoft Excel, right? So because when you use Power BI, it gives you a quality dashboard that can actually generate more insight into the business, So there is what Mr. Shin also said the other time about if you actually want to secure a better job, right? So I'll also say that after today, I will employ everyone. Maybe you want to transition from your current job to data analytics job, or probably you want to go into data analytics fresh, right? Or maybe you want to also leave your current company to another company. So the only advice I will give is that after today's training, you can take maybe the company that you know that is actually close to you over there, right? Provided that they have data in their probably in this site, maybe Cargo or data.gov. So you can go there, you search for their data, and you start presenting a wonderful dashboard on LinkedIn, or you can use any social media space that you know, maybe Twitter, a lot of social medias, and you'll be tagging those companies. When you are doing that, you can see that by the time they start seeing you, one thing the company will notice is that they will be so excited because you are trying to project their name in a positive way. They are also saying that other people should see their profit margin, so that other people can do what? Other people can invest in their own organization. So from there, of course, they are going to locate you because they will want you to continue doing that and also um, come into their company to add value, right? So we need to understand how data can actually add value to companies. We need to understand a lot of things about data analytics. And that is why we are here today. So if you are here this evening, it is an opportunity and it's also a privilege because you cannot get anything like this elsewhere without being paid for, right? So you are all getting everything for free, all because Creed exists. So thank you, and let's continue with this training. So I'm going to share my screen. I believe we can all see my screen. So now, first thing, if you want to start, maybe you want to design a dashboard, right? First thing, you need to understand what are the challenges that you want to solve. What are the problems that you want to solve? So when you realize those problems that you want to solve, then you can now say, okay, what are the data that I can put in place to be able to solve these problems? So after getting those data, then you can now say that, okay, how can I represent this in a visualized form so that when people see it, they will know how to go about it, right? It's not all about theory. A lot of people like to see visuals and they will be able to provide insight into that company and so on and so forth. So those are the things that we need to understand, and that is what revolves in data analytics. First thing, the problem that we want to solve is very simple. It's really, really very simple. Now, if I have a particular data set here, so now this is my task. So I want to identify how frequent logistic delay occur and how they relate to shipment status, right? And secondly, I also want to identify top reasons for delays and their effect on waiting time. I
Mr.
also want
Ojo,
to explore.
please, can you close, make it full screen so that people can see it? You can close the left side that talk about navigation. The left side.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well done. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So I also want to explore when inventory level is less than demand forecast and its impact on delays, right? So do you understand that when inventory level, for example, we have a particular items, maybe Coca-Cola beverages in our warehouse. We have like 50 in our warehouse. and 60 people are actually demanding for it, right? It means that we are short, there is shortage. We are not able to satisfy our customers. In that way, we are reducing our revenue, right? And at the same time, we also need to be very careful so that if we have 60 customers and we are already having like 70 or 80 in our warehouse, these things can lead to where? It can lead to expiries. And when it leads to expiries, it's actually reducing our revenue. So all these things are what we need to be very careful of, and that is why data analysis provide insight into the business. So the next thing, we also need to determine which traffic condition cause the longest delay, and we also need to assess if high value or frequent buyers are affected by what? By delays. Sometimes there can be delays, maybe due to weather, right? You don't know what can happen tomorrow. Rain can just start tomorrow, and it will be cause delays because even if vehicle are going out, they will not want to speed, right? So all those things can cause delay. And secondly, we can say that okay, the weather might be so terrible in the essence that nobody will be able to go out. Most especially, another thing that happened during COVID-19, right? So you can see nobody plans about COVID-19, but when COVID-19 came, a lot of people have to shut down their business. Imagine food and manufacturing companies shutting down their business because of COVID-19. There will be a lot of what? A lot of expiries, right? And damages. So a lot of business is going to be down. So that is why I always tell people that if you're a data analyst, that one does not mean that you should just limit yourself into maybe mathematics or statistics. You should also look into macroeconomics. You should also look into something that can happen in the future, right? So all those things that we need to learn. So, and no knowledge is wasted. No knowledge is wasted. So, and those are the things that we are going to be addressing. But because we just have 1 hour for this class, right, and make it simple. Instead of us to be thinking and be writing DAX, I already put all the DAX formulas that we shall be needing, I already putting them in place, right? So that we can just be copying and be pasting. But of course, I'm going to explain how this DAX actually works, right? So it will reduce our time. First thing, we already know what we want to do now, but how can we now get the data to perform these things? So there's what we call Kaggle, but Kaggle, you have to have an account with Kaggle before you be able to explore the data set. So it is either you make use of data.gov, right? Or you use data.gov, or you use Kaggle, right? So if you use Kaggle, it's just like a data science company. So if I click on this Kaggle now, so you can see that it's going to load to this point, and I'll just click on this data set. So if I click on this data set, it's going to take me to their own site. So it's going to take me to their own site, but I think here I already have an account with them. Otherwise, I will not be able to reach this place. It will be telling me that I'll need an account, right? So now, what are the things that we need to search for, right? So it's either you can just search for logistics, right? Logistic supply, or supply something like that. Supply chain, because that's what you want to search for. You don't really know the right data set. So when you search for it, it will tell you that we have 222 related data set concerning what you are talking about. So you can see here we have what we call smart logistics supply chain data set, and that is what we are going to be using. So when you click on it, it's going to bring you to this place. But before you download this data set, you need to understand the data set itself, right? You need to understand the data set itself. So we are going to read this shortly. It's saying that the data set provide real-time data for smart logistic operation, capturing various aspects of supply chain management over the past year, 2024. So it includes information on asset tracking, inventory level, shipment status, environmental conditions, traffic, and user behavior. So the data set features multiple stakeholders within the logistic network, including asset ID, stamp trams, traffic condition, waiting times, and reasons for delay. You understand? There's always a reason for delay. So additionally, the data set is enriched with real-time information from IoT sensors, such as temperature, humidity, and asset utilization, and so on and so forth. So if you want to do something in any data set that you want to make use of, always try to read about the data set so that you can know where you are going to. So these are just the key features, and these are what the data set is all about. So we can now go down and also check a lot of things. So you'll be able to see, so the total view is 15,000 total view. So total download 3,243 for the 447 in the last 30 days, right? So engagement, we have to 0.20, and of course there's no comment. So a lot of things are happening here. So we can now go ahead and download the data set. So you click on this download data set as zip file, and your data set will be downloaded successfully. So we can open that data set. So this is the data set. And when we open it, we're going to have something like this. So this is the data set, right? But you can see everything here. You cannot see much about it, right? So if you want to see a lot of things about this data set, first thing, it will tell you that you need to save it first before you can do anything. Or let's say, since it's CSV, CSV cannot be compatible with Excel. So that is why it's showing this rule. So you have to save it in an Excel. So I can decide just to save it on my download, and I'll hit OK. So this is the data set now. So when you press Ctrl A to highlight the whole table, right? So you can come to a particular place where we have our home. So there is a place here we have formats. So you can click on the auto fit row height. You also click on auto fit column width so that you'll be able to see everything clearly. So this is the timestamp, the date. This is the asset ID, which we call as unique ID, right? This is the latitude, this is the longitude, this is the inventory level, right? This is the shipment status, this is the temperature, humidity, and so on and so forth. So you can explore a lot of things here, right? So you can explore a lot of things here. So these are the things. So this logistic delay, it means that if it is 1, it means that there is a delay. But if it is 0, there's no delay. You understand? So you can use that one. If it's Excel, you can just use a formula, maybe E functions, to count the number of things that are delayed and those ones that are not delayed, right? But in Power BI, you will not be able to be doing all those formula without making use of that. So now we have successfully downloaded our data.
Hello? Sorry. Hello? Yeah, thanks
Yes.
for breaking this down. How do you know that 1 means yes, 0 means 0?
It's actually on the data set. If you read them very well.
Okay.
Let me open it. So if you come to, where is it?
Okay, yeah.
So you can see. So it said here, it said binary variable indicating whether a logistic delay occur, 1 for delay and 0 for no delay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, sir. So that is all about that. So now let's open our Power BI. So if you look at all this data now, you can see that it does not really require a lot of cleaning. No, there's no cleaning at all, because everything actually follows the 7 golden rules of data cleaning. So I will try to list the 7 golden rules in that data cleaning, right? So the 7 golden rule is saying that, number 1, all headers, like every data must have one unique header, and we have timestamp, asset ID, you can see that everything has a unique header. So, and the number 2 rules is saying that there should be no empty row and empty column, right? So you can see no empty row, no empty column. Mary, do you have question? I see that Mary is raising up her hand. Do you have question?
Yes, yes. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am.
Please, how did you get the data? I'm trying to catch up.
Okay, how I got the data?
Yes.
I actually went to a particular site that we call Kaggle. So I just came to Kaggle site. You can see Kaggle, and I searched for the data that I needed, and I was able to download that data set. And of course, you can watch the
Okay.
video after the training. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you.
So, okay. So the rule number 2 is saying that no empty row. Number 3 is saying that no empty column, right? Those are the rules. And it's saying the number 4 is saying that every date must have its own column, right? So you can see that the date is only having one column. It's not that we have date here, we should also have another date there. No, that is not a data. And the number 4, or probably number 5, yes, number 5 is also saying that there should be no distractions around your data. It's not that you should come here and come and be writing RTU, right? No, or maybe you come here and be putting comments. No, because when you do that, by the time you press Control A, it will pick that other one, and that is not a right data set. So it has a rules, and it's also saying that there should be no empty row and there should be no subtotal or total around your data set, right? This particular rules has actually sacked someone in a company before. What the person did was that the person pressed Ctrl Shift plus, it creates another column, right? And he came here and start saying that we have what you call subtotal, right? Maybe he wanted to be doing total based on department, and he said alt equals to. And before you know, at the end of the day, when he came here, he started writing another alt equals to again. You can see that that alt equals to will definitely pick, it will pick this other one here. By the time he's saying Control Shift down arrow, it will pick everything, right? And it's actually that person increased the revenue of that company times 2, right? And the company thought they actually make a lot of profit because every data analyst will definitely be trusted anywhere you go to. Company are meant to trust you, right? They are meant to trust you. So that is what the person did, and the person lost his job. Yes, the person lost his job based on that. So you as a data analyst, you should not do that kind of mistakes. You should not do that kind of mistakes. So that is what we need to understand about a data set before you start designing a dashboard. That is what we need to understand. Now, let's now go to our Power BI now. Let's open our Power BI. I'm going to search for my Power BI here, right? So maybe you don't have Power BI on your system. Of course, you can easily come to your Google and download Power BI. How do you download it? I've seen a lot of people that are using money to buy it, right? So I've seen a lot of people that are using money to buy it. So what you just need to do is come to, let me try and move this one out. So you come here and you search for Power BI desktop. Download. You can click that one. So you will see the one that is having official, that is the one you will download. You click on it. When you click on it, it's going to open. Then you can click on this download, right? Sometimes it will tell you that is this 64 gig or 32 gig? It depends on your system. So if your system, you can see what is showing here, setup times 64. So if your system is 32 gig, then you can click on the 32 gig. Otherwise, if you download this one, it will not work, right? So, but my own is 64. So I'm going to click on the 64, then I will download, right? So after downloading, because I already have it download on my system, I will not want to download again. So immediately you are done downloading, then you can easily install it. To install it is not difficult. It's not difficult, right? So let's just jump into our Power BI since I already have it on my system. So I'm going to open a Power BI now, right? So my Power BI is going to load. So this is my Power BI. So based on this particular software, it has over 250 sources that you can get your data from. So if you want to know, when you click on more data, right, you'll be able to see a lot that you can actually explore. So I don't want to use this. So we have Excel workbook, we have test CSV, we have XML, we have JSON, we have folder, we have PDF, a lot. So you can see SQL, Azure, Basis, automation, anywhere. The only place that this Power BI cannot pull out data is contacts. In case maybe you attended an interview and you come across that kind of thing, don't even spend too much, just pick contacts. It can never pick any data from your contact layer. But any other places is going to pick it from there, right? So that is it. But because our data is actually CSV, right? We are going to click on, we cannot click on Excel, right? Because our data is CSV. So we are going to click on get data from other source. And we click this CSV and we connect it. So when we connect it, it's going to take us to where we have our data set. So I already put it on my download, if you remember, right? So it's on my download, and saying earlier this week, let me see. Maybe it did not download on my download. Let me see where I have it. Okay, let me just select all so that I can be able to see the data set fast. So this is the data. So we can see 722. That was when we downloaded it. So I'll click on it and I'll open, right? So when we open it, I always advise my students to do what? To always click on the transform data to see whether there is need for us to clean the data set or not. So this is the data, right? And I'll click on transform data. So it will lead it. Once I click on transform data, it will load directly to where? It will load directly to my Power Query. So Power Query is different from Power BI, right? But inside Power BI, we have Power Query. So it will load directly to my Power Query. This is the apply steps in the Power Query section. So in Power Query, there's nothing like Ctrl-Z. You cannot use Ctrl-Z to go back. The only way you can do is using all these apply steps to be removing them one by one, and it will be going back by itself. So any step that you take here is going to be shown here, right? So we don't have this data set. You can see it's not breaking. There's no every data is intact here, right? So you can see. So there's no need for us to go and be cleaning the data set. There's no need for us to go and be cleaning. So because of that, I'll just click on here and I'll click on close and apply. So everything will come here. So my data set will be happening around this side, right? So you can just wait a little bit and everything will load into your Power BI. I hope I'm communicating. Do we understand? Okay. So
Please, if you are following, just type in the chat section that you're following.
Okay, thank you, sir. So you can see these are the things that we have on our data set. The reason why it's putting summation here is because they are numbers. That is why it's putting summation. So those ones that are not putting the summations, they are not numbers. You understand? So every numbers will definitely have summation. So now, what do we want to know? We want to understand some terms. Okay, what do we when you talk about data analysis expression, that is an art of writing formulas in Power BI, right? So this is a particular page where we design our dashboard. This is the table. You can see this is our table. This is our table here. Maybe you want to add a column to it, right? In a situation whereby you have a data that has revenue and you also have expenses. You can easily get your profit, right? By saying profit is equals to what? Your revenue minus expenses. So you can make use of this particular table to add it, and not on the report view, but rather on the table view by using what is called the new column, right? Can use the new column. So what about the model view? The model view is a particular place. Maybe you have like 2 to 3 tables, right? You can easily connect them. So, but here we just have one table, so we don't need to be connecting. Sometimes you might have your day table somewhere, and you might have a lot of tables that you need to connect with what is called the unique identification number, right? So you can easily use this particular model view to connect them. So can see. Now let's now do some add some functions inside it so that we be able to do a lot of things here, right? I could have said that there is what is called wireframe, right? There's what called wireframe, but I'll just show the picture because we will not have much time to go and do some wireframe. So I have a picture of a wireframe here that I did using my PowerPoint. So coming from, let me see this. Okay, sorry. Coming. So I have the PowerPoint here that I actually used today. Okay. Let's see. It's not here. Okay, sorry, it's not on this system. So how do I used to come about that? After might have realized that, okay, this is the maybe I've realized that this is how I want my dashboard to look like, right? So I will now go to a particular place called Pinterest. I'll go to that place. So they call it Pinterest. So when I go to my Pinterest, let me open the Pinterest. I'll just talk a little bit about it. So I'll go to a place called Pinterest. Pinterest. So I'll open the Pinterest, right? So when I open the Pinterest, I'll just go and search for what is called dashboard. They call it dashboard. Maybe dashboard. Just go and search for dashboard there. I don't have an account with them. That's why it's saying all this, right? So you can search for a dashboard there. So you will see different kind of dashboard pictures. Then you will now say, okay, I think this one align with my own, right? Then you will now come back to your Power BI, on your PowerPoint and design what is called wireframe, right? So it's just like a pattern, a replicate of what is there. Then you now launch it back to your Power BI. But I believe that when next we have another training and I have much time, then I'll be able to do all those things very well to our own understanding. So now because of our time, we just have 20 minutes to run our Power BI dashboard now. So how do we add DAX into this particular data set, right? So we already have our DAX here. When you come here, so now our DAX measure, we want to know the total shipments, right? We want to know the delay shipment. We have total shipments. So which one is now delayed? So we now want to compare the percentage delay shipments, right? So those are the things that we are going to be putting as our DAX. So this one also, we call it delay by status. This is a calculated measure, delayed based on status, right? So we also need to know that so that all these things, by the time we join them together, we call it our KPI, the key performance indicators. These are the things that drive the company's revenue, right? And we cannot neglect them. We have to put them there. So, and we talk about the card measures. So the total shipments, we are going to use card. The delay shipment, we are also going to use card. Percentage delay shipment, we also use card. For pie charts, we have shipment status versus total shipment, because those ones they are going to be in percentage. So now, what is the root cause? What is causing that delay? Right?
Hello?
That is the problem. I can hear you,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, so let's finish number one first. I think somebody is raising up his hand. Rashi Yahweh is raising up his hand.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Show. My question is, having these formulas you've written here under that, is there a way we can get those formulas to make it simpler for us? Or we just need to cram it?
Okay, so there's everyone is using what is called artificial intelligence, right? So you can incorporate artificial intelligence into whatever you are doing. And one of the artificial intelligence tools is what we call the ChatGPT, the Gemini, and so on and so forth, right? So you can you can incorporate ChatGPT into your own as a learner, right? And over time, you will do what? You will be used to it, and you will not need AI anymore, because you yourself, you're already used to it. You are now an AI by yourself, right? So what we do is that you, after getting that data set, right? So you come to a place called ChatGPT. You open that ChatGPT, but you must have an account with that ChatGPT, right? So when you have an account with them, you click on this plus, and then you upload this particular file, that file that we download, then you upload it. So when you upload it, you can see that the ChatGPT will load that your data for you, right? Then you can now table your questions. So look at the questions that we want to answer. So you can copy all these questions, right? You can copy it, then you come back to the ChatGPT and you paste it. So after pasting it, you can now say that, please help me write the necessary DAX formula to be able to answer these questions in order to give accurate dashboard that solve real life problems. So those are the prompts that you are going to write. Then you hit your enter. You can see that this particular ChatGPT is going to help you and write all those DAX. So you will read all through. So you can see it's saying that total shipment is equal to count row shipments, right? Delay shipments, calculate count row shipment, shipment logistics equals to yes, right? So you can see. So delay rate percentage divide delay shipment, total shipment is equal to 0. You understand? So those are the things that the ChatGPT is going to write for you. Look at this one too. Delay rate by shipment status. Calculate is going to do everything. All you just need to do is you can now start coming. It will even explain better for you. Top reason for delay and effect on waiting time. So it's going to write all the DAX that you need. Right? It's going to write all the DAX that you need. So all the thing that you just need to do is copy this one, and you come to your Power BI here. So where do we paste the formula? So you come to a particular place called modeling. But another thing that you need to understand is that you need to understand what is called chronologically. So maybe under, we are talking about shipment. Maybe under shipment, right? You look for a particular place that we have shipment here. So you can search here. So you can see we have shipment. So when you click on that shipment, I'm not saying that you should check it all, right? I'm not saying that. So just click on it like this. Don't check. Let's delete that one. So just click on it. after clicking, come to modeling. The reason why we are clicking because we want it to be under it so that it will be easier for us to locate. So you click on this new measure, right? And then you paste that formula. So you can see why this one is showing something like this, right? You can see that it's showing red. So the reason why it's showing red is maybe because the what I uploaded, remember I uploaded smart logistic data set. So maybe the reason why it's showing that is because there's an issue somewhere. You can see it said cannot find table call shipment. It's because there's no table call shipment, right? So that's why I try to put them down before this training so that I will not make any error. But there is a table that we have what is called smart logistic data set. So that is what I will highlight now. I'll just come here and I'll paste it here. So you can see that it's no longer showing red. So once I hit enter, it will just come under it here, total shipment. You can see. So it has come under it. So now let's quickly do the DAX for all our KPIs because of our time. So I'll also copy this one, Ctrl C, then I'll come back here. I'll also click on this modeling. I'll click on this particular new DAX and I'll paste it here. I'll hit enter. So you can see that it's putting them there. So another thing is that I also come here, copy all this one here, Ctrl C, right? So the calculate measure. So if I click on this one, then I'll paste it, enter. So another thing is that I also copy everything here, which is the last in our KPIs. Ctrl C, I'll come here, new measure, Ctrl V, I'll press enter. So I've been successfully able to do all my what? All my KPIs, right? So I've been able to do all my KPIs. So the next thing I'm going to also do is that I'm going to also write the remaining other ones here. So here we have the average waiting time, right? So this average waiting time, what it does is that it helps you to measure how long people are waiting to get their goods, right? So if Coca-Cola, if the customers that buy Coca-Cola items are waiting for like just 20 minutes, right? And people that purchase Pepsi, they are waiting for like 1 hour. That is really bad, right? So people tend to shift to Coca-Cola because they cannot be waiting for a longer time. And that is why we always try to automate a lot of things, right? Automate a lot of things. So I'll click on the new measure again. I'll paste it. I'll hit enter, right? So, and I think it's remain one. So we also come down here. Okay, I think I have two here. So here we have the DAX measure again, inventory shortage. So I'll also click on this one and I'll come here. I'll click on this new measure, right? Ctrl V, I'll hit enter. So we don't need to use column measure because we are not adding any column to our table. So this other one, percentage inventory shortage, you know, is zero. So when it is zero, it means that there is shortage. And when it is one, it means that the inventory is fine. There's no shortage, right? So now I'll click on that new measure again. I'll paste that one. So the last one that we are going to use before we go in details in designing our dashboard, I also copy this one. Then I'll click on the new measure. Then I'll paste everything here, enter. So you can see. So we now have all our measures. This is our measure, percentage delayed shipment. This is another measure, percentage inventory shortage. All our measures are here, right? All our measures are here. So we have total shipment. Remember, this one is not a measure, is what? It's a date because it's not like a calculator. But everyone's that look like calculators, they are all called the measures. Now, let's now go to how we can now design our dashboard. So first thing, we know whenever maybe your child or you yourself, you are writing an essay, there's always what we call headings, there's what we call body, and there's what we call the conclusion, right? So that is how this dashboard also looks like. So first thing, what is going to be our header, right? What is going to be our header? So we can come to a place called insert, and then we click on this text. So we are going to put the text here, right? We drag it to this point here, right? So that is going to be our text. So we can actually put it here anyway. So what are we going to write here now? We can say that maybe smart supply chain dashboard, right? Is that smart that is actually makes it unique. When you say something smart, it's is a verb that do what? That tell people to quickly check what is smart in this, what is this person is presenting, right? So it captured their mindset and they want to look at what you are doing. So we highlight it, then we can put it in maybe 32 or probably 25, depending on what you want to put it as, right? So the next one, we can say that we can just say that all informations, right? All informations are gotten from Kaggle sites. So you can just put that so that people will know that yes, this is majorly for research, or probably it's not that you went carry someone's maybe company data set and you start putting it out there. No, right? So you actually pick it from the Kaggle site. So you can put it in italic, and then this spelling is not correct. So we can correct this spelling. All information are gotten from Kaggle site. So you can increase the font also. Sorry, no, it will soon be done. Just in a minute, it will be done now. So we can increase the font to maybe 14, right? And that will be all, right? So what about this one? We don't need all this, right? So we can actually do a lot of things about this other one here too. So this is the filter section. This is the visualization section. So we have the text, we have the effects. Maybe you want to put shadow, maybe you want to color it, everything like that. So you can actually do a lot of things here. So we can color this one also. The color, where is my color? Okay, so I can use this color, right? So and everything will be fine. So now let's now come to how we can position our KPIs. So CAD visuals is the one that we use for KPIs, right? But if your KPIs, maybe your data set is having targets.
Hello?
So yes, sir.
Yeah, thank. Let's just take a short, maybe roll call. Are we following it? Please, honestly, let's just post. Are you following it?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I am, but this particular one, is it, how should I put it? Is it like for people that are very conversant with data analysis? Because I am lost.
So,
Okay. So
so the question I
we
need to
have,
ask her is that where are you lost? Which stage? All of that.
I don't know.
so have you used Power BI before? No,
I
right?
haven't.
Okay,
Okay, okay,
okay.
maybe that is the reason. All of them.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
Mr. Ojo, people are begging me here on this chat that we should add extra 30 minutes. So please, all of that. So, but just keep going, all of that. But please, I want to beg us that if wherever you do understand, it's either you raise up your hand or put on the chat box, I'll be checking it. But Mr. Ojo, well done for what you are doing.
Thank you, sir.
Mm.
So thank you, everyone. Please always ask questions so that everyone can be carried along. So thank you. So now we want to add our KPIs, right? And then do you have question?
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Mr. Ojo. So the text box, I was kind of following, but it was quite fast. I didn't see exactly where where we have the title,
Okay.
where you got that text box from.
Okay.
I
So
didn't want to disrupt the class, so
no
but
problem. No
let me
problem.
just ask now.
So I click on the
Thank you.
insert, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when I click on the insert, you will be able to see text box here. So I
Ah,
click on the text box and I started writing all I need to
right.
write.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good now. Yeah, I just didn't see where you clicked. You mentioned text box, but I didn't see where you clicked. Thank you. I see
Okay.
it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So here is my KPIs. So I pick it from the visualization session called card. So what I'm going to do is that there is what we call you have to be very smart, right? So you have to be very smart. You have to be very productive and efficient. So you can just do one. After you do one, every other ones you just replicate it. You don't need to be doing it one by one so that you will be able to save time by yourself, right? So this is my KPI. I will try all my possible best, put all my effort and design one KPI. So every other KPIs, I'll just replicate and I will change them. You understand? That is what we are going to do because we have 4 KPIs here now. So the first one is what? Is if you check here, we want to know the total, right? We want to know the total
Uh, uh,
shipment.
Mr. Ojo, I just remember something now. I think let them, the way we design it, both of us, that we have 4 questions, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So go back to that Word file and
Okay.
let's just play. Go ahead. Yes. So let's just use 1 minute for them to understand. The first KPI that you're going to work on is that we want to explore delay patterns. So
Okay.
all the codes, which I don't know whether I can call it codes, that our instructor copied the total shipment, delay shipment, percentage delay shipment, delay by status, all of those stuff we are using it to answer that question. Because I don't know whether I'm right, Mr. Ojo.
You are right, sir. All the
So
dots.
so all the dark, so thanks. So I want so that we can understand. So we have what we designed for this class, I think, was 4 or 5 questions using data set. So all the darks is that our instructor created now, or you can use ChatGPT to create based on data set, is being used to create some visuals that will answer that question. The question is that how does frequent logistic delays occur, and how do they relate to shipment status? So when logistic delay occur, how do we relate to shipment status? So mathematically, that's what the DAX is now doing. Total shipment is that you count all the rules of smart blah blah blah. Delay shipment, I don't know. Do we follow? I just want that we follow that whatever he's doing is trying to answer one of the questions, that how do we explore delay pattern. So Mr. Ojo, when you get to the next one too, please bring the question out. Let them go to question. Let them understand how those DAX fit into that stuff. I hope I did not slow you down.
No, no, sir. No, sir. Thank you, sir. So you can see that here we said we have a goal, and that goal is to identify how frequent logistic delay occur and how they relate to shipment status. So for you to be able to answer these questions, right, we are not in Excel where we can just use pivot table, right? So because it is Power BI, we need to write a formula. And how we can write formula on Power BI is using DAX, right? So we said total shipment is count row, smart logistic data set. So you want to know total transaction that happened. In this way, we are not talking about revenue, cost of goods sold, and so on. So we'll not be saying transaction, but rather we'll say shipment because they are moving goods from one state to another, maybe from one community to another, right? So it's a shipment. So that's why we said we want to count all the rows in that smart logistic data set, because for every row there is there is shipment. So that's why we want to count it. So what about the delay shipment? Out of these total things that we have counted, some are delayed and some are not. So that's why we also come around this one, that delay shipment, we calculate all the count row in that smart logistics, the smart logistics, if it is equals to 1, that means it is delayed. You understand that point now? So now you can also say that, okay, what is the one that are not delayed, right? The one that are not delayed, we can say that calculate count row smart logistic data set, smart logistic data set, logistic delay if it is equals to 0. Whatever make us to change this one to 0 now, it means that it's no longer delayed, right? But it is problem that we want to solve. That is why we are putting 1, right? Percentage delay shipment, divide the delay shipment, comma, total shipments, and it must be equal to 0. That is the percentage delayed shipments. You understand? So we'll divide it, and we also say that if it's comma is 0. So delayed by status, we said we use calculate functions that delay shipments all except smart logistic data set. Smart logistic data set is shipment status, right? So if you check the Excel file that we opened the other time, you got to understand everything based on these rules. So you need to understand all these: logistic, asset, utility, demand, logistic, delay, everything. So you need to understand all these things very well. So now let's now open our Power BI now. So we said we want to know the total, right? You know, we have actually calculated the total. So you can search here or you can pick it from this place. So it's saying that we have 1,000 total shipments. So we can come here and say, okay, since it's saying that, the call out can be blue, right? Because color is very, very essential also. So we want to use a unique color, not just putting color anyhow. So you need to understand what is color theory means also. So we have put 1,000 here, and we can come to this general. You will see a place called effects. So we don't need to turn on title because we already have total shipment. So we don't need to change the title again. So here we have shadow, right? So you can put shadow on it just to make it look unique, right? So the shadow, the color of the shadow, you can say that let it be blue so that it can be shining. And when people see it, they'll be like, they will be in love with it. So it is how good your data, your dashboard is that will capture the mindset of people. Yes, sir.
Yeah, someone is asking, Mr. Frank is asking, what does it mean if the percentage delay shipment is not equal to 0?
Okay, so you know the other time when you open something like this, we said that 1, if it is 1, this is the logistic delay. We said that if it is 1, it means that it is delayed. But if it is 0, it means that it is not delayed, right? So now, if it's not equals to 0, that means it's delayed. That means it's calculating the percentage of the logistic that is being delayed. Do you understand now?
Mr. Frank, do you understand now? If you understand, just say yes or you can.
Yeah, okay. Yes, sorry. Yes. So I
Okay,
understand this part. 1 means delayed and 0 essentially true or false if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But I'm talking of
Yes.
the function that you did. One can calculate of all the shipments that were delayed. So you said, delay shipments divided by total shipments. And then you said the 0 there means that it must be equal to 0.
Yes.
If I have, let's say, 2 shipments, total of 2 shipments, and 1 was delayed, if I do the maths, I'm not going to get 0, only when I have the same value as both delay shipment and total shipment. So I'm asking, what was now the implication if I don't get 0? So in delay shipment was lesser than total shipment, something like that. Or
Okay.
Total shipment.
So are you actually talking about this one here?
No, percentage, the one below.
The percentage, right?
Yes.
So what the percentage does is that it wants to calculate, for example, now, let's say that you have, let me explain it this way. Let's say that you have revenue, right? You also have profits. And now they are not saying that, okay, what is the profit margin? If you want to calculate the profit margin, how do you calculate that? you are going to divide profit by the revenue, right? To be able to get the profit margin.
Yes.
So that is exactly what this one is saying. So let's say that this delay shipment now is the profit, and the total shipment is the what? Is the revenue. You understand? So it's now saying that percentage delay shipment is equals to divide the what? The delay shipment, which is the profit, by the total shipment, which is the revenue. You understand? So this zero that he's putting here, if you look at the formula that we are putting. So let's say that, okay, let me explain it very well here. So let's say that we want to write a new dash. We put modeling, and we click on this one, and we said percentage delayed, right? So it's equals to, we now say that, okay, we have what is called divide. So immediately you click on this divide, you will be able to see what it's talking about here. Look at. So it's saying that numerator, the one that will be the head, denominator. So this other one here is now talking about alternate results. You understand? That is just like a result that, okay, you know, we already said that one is what? One is delayed. Zero is not delayed. You understand? So it's just an alternate result that, okay, if you actually calculate this, then it should give a result of this. So the comma zero there is not delayed, it's zero. You understand? Which is, it means that we are setting it that it should not return that zero. Rather, it should give you the one. Is that one that you want? And that is what it's calculating. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So because I've already written the DAX before, so that is why I'm not trying to execute that prompt. So I'm going to delete this other one here. So now I've done the 1,000, which is the total shipment. So what of the other ones? So we also need to do other ones. So that other ones will not waste much of our time any longer, because we already have one already. So this delayed shipment, the delayed shipment and the percentage shipment and delayed by status. So those are the ones that we are going to be adding now. So let me just add this one. So we call delayed, we can search for it. We have delayed shipment, which is this one, right? So we also Control-C, Control-V. So what do we call this one? Percentage delayed shipment. We can check this one, then we check this one. So this is the percentage delay shipment, right? So we can click on this, then you come to this particular percentage and click on it so that it can change this other one to percentage. So you remove these two decimal places and put 0. So that I can round it up to 57%. So that is the percentage. So which one is the last one here? So delayed shipment, we say delayed by status. So we say delayed by status. Delayed by status. So that is the delayed by status. So we copy this one, Control-C, Control-V. Then we uncheck this one and we hit this delayed by status. Right? So that is delayed by status. Just want to understand whether I'm getting it right. Delayed shipment, delayed by status, delayed due to shortage. So let's check this one. Let's see, delayed due to shortage. So we already have delayed shipments. So that's why I tried to change this one. So it's more like a repetition. So let's say delayed due to shortage, right? So 150. So delayed shipment 566. So now, how do this DAX is okay for us, right? This DAX is actually okay for us. So we can arrange it in a vertical, or probably we arrange it in horizontal. Whichever one that you want to do, you can easily do that. So delay shipment is 2 already. So let me remove this one. So let me bring this one here. And let me also bring this one here. and the next one, which is this one. So I'm going to put it under it, or I can arrange it in this format. So while we are arranging it, we can easily click on this one. You come to this format painter, click on it and drop it here, right? So click on this format painter also and do what? And drop it in this other one here. You drop it here. You also drop it here so that you will not start doing it one by one. So you can see that our KPI is actually set now, right? So our KPI is set. Now we have answered the first questions around this side, exploring delay patterns. Now the second questions, okay, we can also look at pie charts is shipment status versus total shipment. We can use that one as our pie charts, right? So shipment status, we have shipments. Our shipment status is here already, right? Shipment status. So we click on this pie chart. So when you click on the pie chart, then you hit on this shipment status, right? So in the shipment status, we have what we call delayed, we have what we call delivered, we have what we call in transit, right? So in that transit does not mean that it's delayed or delivered, it's still on transit. Maybe there is what we call SLA. Can tell me the meaning of SLA? Do you have any idea about that term? It's called SLA. The service, they call it service level agreement, right? So the service level agreement is that the company is telling a customer that by the time we bring, if you order something today, it will take 3 days for it to reach your place, right? So, and if it has elapsed that 3 days and the customer has not yet received it, that means you cannot say that it is delayed. Do you understand now?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's now look at the other one. We said the total shipment. So let's look at the total shipment here. Total shipment. So it's going to be in pie chart, right? So this is the pie chart that we have, and you can reduce this chart, right? You can reduce the size of this chart. So how do we reduce it? So you come to this place. So you come to a particular place called slices. So you can change the color. Remember, we are using a patterns. We are using a pattern, right? So remember, we are using a pattern. So if I click on this delayed now, I can change the color back to this, my navy blue here, right? That is for the delayed. So if I click on the delivered, right, I can change the color of my delivered back to, when it is delivered, let's say green, right? So we can put green on it. So where is my green, more color? Then I can come to this green. So I can use that particular green here. So what about when it is delayed, right? When it is delayed, I think I already used a blue. So when it is delayed, it should be probably in red or maybe in that other color here. So what about when it is on transit? We can use yellow color, right? So when it is on transit, we can use yellow color when it's on transit. And use more charts if yellow is not there. Yes. So I think is better this way. So you can actually try to edit everything here to look so professional, right? So when you come back to this place, you will see when you come here, you will see a place called the general. So when you click the general, you will see visual. So you will see, I just want to reduce that size. Let me see the rotation here. So if you reduce it, you can rotate it like. So once you have this light, so you can turn on this other one, you can increase it, and of course you can say that I only want to see percentage, right? So you come to this label content and you choose only percentage of the total if you don't want to see the numbers, right? So those are the things. The value, you can say that okay, the value is fine at that 9, and then you can put it in black color so that people can be able to see it very well, right? So the same time, when you click on this one, just come and click on okay, so let's just add it directly so that it's not affect our write-up. So we come to this effects and you will see a place called shadow. So you can easily put the shadow of those color around it. So maybe you just pick yellow, or probably let's maintain the shadow to be in the navy blue that we have been using before. So now we can reduce this size, right? And reduce it and bring it to this other side here. So these are the things that we are going to be putting here. So this one is saying total shipment by shipment status, right? So total shipment by shipment status. So that is what we have there. So we can now put we can address another question. Do we understand this one, please? Do we understand what this question is talking about? Delayed is green. Delayed is red, and delivered is green, and on transit is in yellow. Do we understand it now?
Yeah.
Are we all together?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's go ahead and address another question here. So another question here is talking about KPI card, and should be percentage inventory shortage, percentage of that inventory shortage. So we can bring this our KPI close. Let's create a space for another KPI. So can reduce this one a little. I'll try not to exceed our time. Control C, Control V. Then we bring it here. And we call it percentage inventory, right? So the one we have before, we need to uncheck this one and call it percentage inventory. So we can click on the inventory, right? After clicking, just hit the percentage and change this one back to 0 and hit your enter. So it gives you this insight. So this is the percentage inventory shortage, 26%, percentage delayed shipment, 57, delayed due to shortage, delayed shipments, total shipments, right? So all these things are measures. They are what actually drive the company sales. So now, what next do you want to also achieve here based on the questions? We say that a bar chart for inventory level versus demand forecast, right? And we are going to group it by what? By the shipment status. Inventory level versus what? Versus the demand forecast. So that is what we are going to do. So we are going to click on a particular bar chart. This is the cluster bar chart that we have. This is another stock bar chart. So we can use any of these. So let's click on this bar chart here, right? So let's click on the bar chart here. And we can easily drag it this side. So what is the bar chart? What is this talking about, right? We said inventory level versus demand forecast, and we are going to group it by what? By shipment status. So let's just say inventory level, right? So we search for demand forecast, and we are going to group it with what? We are going to group it by shipment status. Shipment status, right? So, but let's see, is this actually appropriate to use? So what if we use this one? Is it going to give us? What if we use this one? Is it going to really speak well or speak volume to that particular business? So I think when we use this, it really make a lot of sense to us, right? So when we use this one, it makes a lot of sense to us. So it's still what? It's still a column chart, right? It's a column chart. So we can now put a label on it now, right? So we can just click on this one, then we replicate this and drop it here. You understand? And you'll be able to put that label for you. But all these shipment status, all this one behind, we don't really need it, right? So we can come back here. You will see a place called x-axis, and you will see a place called value. Can turn on the what? The value, right? So sorry, cannot turn on the value. You will see a place called title. So we'll check the title, and for y-axis, okay, we have done. Let's do y-axis. So we also come here. We will see a place called green line. We don't need the green line, right? So that we'll be able to see a lot of things happening. So for the columns, remember the delayed is should be labeled as what? The delayed. But here now, you know that this one is just a particular value that shows that it is actually color this, right? So we can still use this color and it's fine. So we can now come back to a place where we have the title. So we uncheck the title, and having this is actually okay for us here. So let's now address the last one here. We said shortage versus delayed frequency. Shortage versus delayed frequency. So and we search for shortage, delay due to shortage, right? So we have the shortage. We also have the delay. We have delayed due to this shortage. Sorry. So we have delay due to shortage, right? Here we also have delay due to status. So we click on that other one also, and let's see if I'm getting it right. Delayed frequency versus shortage. Shortage versus delay. Shipment, delay shipments, delay due to shortage, delayed shipment. Okay, the frequency should be numbers. So numbers delayed by, let's see, logistic delayed, reasons. So let me see this one. Mechanical, weathers, and so on in percentage. Okay. Let me see this one. Delayed shipment. Okay. So let me try and change the charts. Delayed due to shortage, what percentage delay shipment? I need to write this tax now. And you have it. Clustered column, shortage versus delayed frequency. Let me search for shortage. Yes. Okay. Page. Page. Okay. So let me see. Okay. So I think is better this way. Yeah, okay, fine. So we have delay due to shortage and inventory shortage. So what we are trying to do here is that we are trying to compare the shortage based on the delayed versus the inventory. So what we have in the inventory, we want to compare it to the delay due to the shortage, right? We actually want to know what is actually causing this delayed, what is actually causing the shortage of an item in the inventory. So do we understand that? Do we understand this logic? Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, but can we make the chart
Not
bigger?
really.
Can we
Not
make it
really
bigger so
too.
we could
Yeah.
see
Okay, let me
what is
try again,
written in
please.
there? Yep.
Let me shut all this.
Yeah,
Can
better.
you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So I just copy this format and I'll replicate it here. And every other things will fix by itself. So delay due to shortage and inventory shortage. So we can here place and I'll just try and rename it very well. So titles, delay due to shortage versus not an. So I'll use versus. So versus inventory shortage. So this is what the questions that we are trying to solve. These are the problems that we are trying to solve. And you of course you can put a particular what will I call it? Slicer slicers, right? So when you come to this other place here and you click on the date, let's say we have the slicers here, right? There's what we call slicers. So we click on these slicers. I have my slicers. I don't know whether it's already picking. Let me see. It's possible my slicer is already picking. Sorry. Okay. So my slicers is here. So what do you think? Before you can use slicers, you have to think of two things. Number one, you have to think of what is actually connecting all these data together. What is connecting them? Is it the delayed? Is it the delivered? All those things are what you need to think about before selecting a slicer. So is it that when you come to the date, is it that the date is month by month? You want to know what happened last month. You want to compare it to what happened this month. You understand? So those are the things that we need to also understand. So we can actually use the date as what? As our slicers. So I'll search for dates here. So if I said I want to use year now, you can see that we only have 2024 as a year. So we cannot use year, right? So I can use quarters. If I say I should use quarter, I'll have quarter one, quarter two, three, and four. So I can actually use quarter because I cannot use month. It will be too much, right? So let's say that we want to investigate, we want to be solving this problem. So we cannot just bring this one and come and put it here, right? It will not make sense. So we can use it as a ties. So I'll come back to this place. Then I'll select this, my slicer settings. I'll change this one to ties, right? And I can draw it this way back. It becomes 4. You can see. So I can reduce the size. I can bring it here small. Then I'll drag it to this place. And see, everything I try to create a space for it because I already have an idea of what I want to design. So this is a smart logistic dashboard that provide insight into the business. So if you click on Q1, everything changes. Q2, everything changes. Q3, everything changes. Q4, everything will change. So this is what we'll call a realistic dashboard that answer question based on month by month, quarter by quarter, sorry. So we have come to the end of the session. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? Oluwaseyi Awe, what's your question, sir?
Okay, thank you very much for the insight. I really appreciate the section. Just a quick question. Based on my little understanding of a dashboard, the dashboard needs to communicate. We're looking at it, the way we play with our colors. So I noticed the total shipment by shipment status. The color is a bit off compared to the other color we have on the dashboard. Is there the possibility that we could harmonize this so that it looks, it's not something that is just off the dashboard we are presenting?
Exactly. Yes, we can actually harmonize it, but the reason why I'm just providing this, when people see something red, they will feel like, oh, maybe there's issue that is happening there. So when people see green, they'll be like, oh, this thing is actually delivered. So maybe I'm trying to bring some Excel terminologies into this. So we can actually change all this color, right? So we can change these colors. Of course, there's another color that can actually means that red is actually having an issue. So we can change the color so that it can align with all this color here. So you just come to your visualization and then you come to this place, you see slicers on transit, so you can change everything here, right? So the color is here already. So on transit, we can say that, okay, let's choose something related like this. So that one is on transit. And this other one delivered, we can change this one to navy blue. And then this other one that we call delayed, so we can change it to maybe this other color here. And I think this is fine, right?
Very good.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you for that. Do we still have any other question? Okay, so if we don't have any questions, my own question for everyone is that please try and practice and practice and practice, right? Use that logic that I told you. Design maybe every week, or because of your work, you can say that, okay, every two weeks or every month, be designing dashboard for companies and be posting it on your page. So it will help you to attract a lot of people to actually see your status, and they will be seeing whatever you are doing. So before you know, you start seeing callings, right? You start seeing calling, most especially people that is outside the countries. So you start seeing callings. And then, do you have questions? We are already closed for the day.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Ojo. Thank you. This is very helpful. So I was just trying to again clarify about the shadows.
Okay.
When you were applying shadows to the what do you call it? The boxes, the charts. Yes. So it that bit again was quite fast, and I didn't get what you were clicking on. Is it colors? Because I looked again, I didn't see it clearly. So
Okay,
if
so what
if
I
you can
did
just
was,
show me, because
okay,
I know
what I
if I
did
go
was
through the
that,
video again, I will not see it.
no problem. So what I did was I click on the shape, right? So after clicking the shape, this visualization here,
Yeah.
I bring it in, right? So I came to this particular one here. So, and I came to a place called general.
Yeah.
So, and I select the effect. After selecting the effect, I came to a place called shadow.
Okay.
So I turn it on. After turning it on, I click on this drop down
Mm-hmm.
and I change my shadow to this color. So if you
That's
change the
in any
shadow,
color you wish to use.
yes, you can change it to any color. But remember, we are talking about alignment. That's why my particular brother said that the color I use on this pie chart is actually off. And we
Yeah,
try to
depending on, I
change it.
understand, depending on whatever colors you've chosen, you're just,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. You
yeah.
can see now that one is in that color now. You can see the
Mhm.
shadow is now in this color. So we try to align it to the right color here. Do you understand
Okay.
now?
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, I
Thank
understand.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So thank you. So that will be all for today. I believe that sometimes we are also going to meet and also talks about dashboard, right? Designing dashboard using Power BI, designing dashboard using Excel. So thank you all for attending. My name is Lasisi Ojo Samuel. I'm actually a data analyst and also have a consulting firm here in Nigeria, Upscale Digital Technologies. So we train people on data analytics using Excel, Power BI, Python, and SQL. So we also train people on what is called software installations. So maybe Microsoft Office. So we also train people on how to install it instead of you going to be purchasing a lot of software whenever you needed it. So you can learn on how to do that. So I'm always available. We also offer services on data analytics, right? So I'm always available anytime to assist anyone. So once again, thank you, Bro Shehu, for this great privilege. I appreciate everyone that attended today. Thank you all and have a wonderful day. And then do you have question? Consider raising up your hand.
No, I was trying to lower my hand, but yes, I did ask a question, but it's okay. We can always meet again.
All right. All right.
Yeah. Thank you for
So
your
thank you
time.
all. Thank you all. So you can
Sorry.
easily get my phone number from the group. And probably if you are not on the group, maybe you got here through LinkedIn or any other means without passing through Creed Group, you can always request for my number. So my number is 07026583979. Once again, 07026583979. So thank you all and have a wonderful night.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.